The facts we're presenting today are based on reporting from international and local non-governmental organizations, press reporting, and also intelligence community assessments. The continued brutality of the Assad regime, including his use of chemical weapons, presents a clear threat to regional stability and security, as well as to the national security interests of the United States and our allies. According to the United Nations and credible human rights organizations, the Syrian civil war has claimed more than 400,000 lives, many of which were civilians. The Assad regime's actions include well-documented airstrikes and artillery strikes, chemical weapons attacks, arbitrary arrests, extrajudicial killings, starvation, sexual violence, and denial of essential services such as food, water, and medical care to the civilian population. Since 2012, the regime has routinely conducted airstrikes and artillery strikes in dense urban centers, including with barrel bombs, improvised unguided bombs, which are sometimes described as airdropped IEDs. The Assad regime systematically targeted eastern Aleppo's hospitals in multiple strikes, killing patients and medical professionals. Excuse me. In addition to airstrikes, the regime continues to systematically abduct and torture civilian detainees, often beating, electrocuting, and raping these victims. A former regime photo documentarian working under the name Caesar has shared more than 10,000 photos of Assad's victims with the international community. According to numerous NGOs, the regime has abducted and detained between 65,000 and 117,000 people between 2011 and 2015. Moreover, the regime has also authorized the extrajudicial killings of thousands of detainees using mass hangings at the Sednaya military prison. Sednaya is a 45-minute drive outside of Damascus and is one of Syria's largest and most secure prison complexes. Sednaya is but one of many detention facilities where prisoners are being held and abused. Others include the Mesa Airport Detention Facility and military security branches 215, 227, 235, 248, and 291, which are all located throughout Syria. The regime holds as many as 70 prisoners in Sednaya in cells that have a 5-person capacity. And according to multiple sources, the regime is responsible for killing as many as 50 detainees per day at Sednaya. Credible sources have believed that many of the bodies have been disposed in mass graves. We now believe that the Syrian regime has installed a crematorium in the Sednaya prison complex, which could dispose of detainees' remains with little evidence. Beginning in 2013, the Syrian regime modified a building within the Sednaya complex to support what we believe is a crematorium, as shown in the photos that we've distributed to you. Although the regime's many atrocities are well documented, we believe that the building of a crematorium is an effort to cover up the extent of mass murders taking place in Sednaya prison.